Business Chat
Hello, Dr. Tawalat. Thanks for joining on this again. Today we are at a nursery of the water plant that we call acacia, which is a fast-growing plant that they use as a fuel to burn to get the gas to generate electricity. Can you tell our program what is the prospects of using biomass to produce electricity in Thailand?
This particular facility in Lopburi นะครับ it's a very first pilot project that we try to monitor the new concept of biomass to power in Thailand. Previously, Thailand is focusing on turning or recycling the agriculture waste into electricity. Our agriculture waste come from our farm commodities such as rice husk from the rice industry, bagasse from sugar and sugarcane industry, palm oil waste such as the empty fruit bunch from the palm oil industry. All those could turn into electricity. Right now we have approximately 2,000 megawatts of those, I would say, conventional biomass power plant. But at this moment we are monitoring the new concept and which is aiming to elevate the biomass industry in Thailand. The new concept including the dedicated fast-growing crops. Dedicated fast-growing crop in European countries they would call energy crops, such as acacia like this. They are fast-growing and then you can cut and then feed into a dedicated small power plant. We also try to promote the fast-growing grasses like Napier grass, banana grass that could fermented into biogas and that could turn into electricity as well. But this type of new concept, by back integrating the power plant into the energy crop plantations is a new concept which we could leverage or distribute the profit margin all the way of the value chains. So we could make sure that the farmers who grow the energy crop could earn more money and then by selling their biomass to the power plant, and then the power plant could produce electricity at the expected margin, not too much, not too small, and then the benefit could be distributed among the value chains. This particular site is developed by one of our respected Buddhist monk, พระคุณธรรมรักษ์เจ้าคุณอลงกรณ์ Long time ago he tried to promote many CSR projects in Lopburi, including the HIV remediation center. But he also tried to go to the grassroots of the HIV victims that they need some kind of money or need some kind of jobs to make sure that they can survive on the normal life. So he created a small project in which try to grow a small plantation of acacia and feed into a small, very small power technology, power plant, and try to sell the electricity to the national grid. Set up a small company. This company is aimed not to gain much profit, but to make sure that the farmer who subscribe as a shareholders to the company could get some benefit back from the plantations. So I think this is a new concept. So the Ministry of Energy, in turn, we welcome this kind of development, and we would like to monitor if this could be a successful model. We could replicate and disseminate it elsewhere.
You have mentioned a few other plants that use at what you call energy plant, like some of the glass you mentioned.
Yeah.
What are the prospect of what we standing we have around here acacia. What are the prospects of this kind
Well,
of plant?
each plant has pros and cons. Acacia is a fast-growing crop you can cut, and very little maintenance. They need not much water. They don't need much fertilizer, and it could suit to be an alternative crop to the cassava or sugarcane in some area. So this could be an option for the farmer in many places in Thailand. But there are some limitations as well. For example, you need some kind of machine to cut it down, bring it out, chop it up, and then feed into the plant. But if there is some capital, some investment, those limitations can be eradicated.
Can you explain a bit more a few plants you mentioned earlier, those gases that you ferment and you get the gas from the fermentation?
Yes, it's a different process. The acacia that we are looking at now, using the gasification process in which you put heat sources and you burn the acacia in the superheat model, very high heat temperature, and then you get the synthetic gas, and that gas could turn the generator, produce electricity. And the Napier and Barnard glasses is a different types of technology. Those are biomass with a lot of moisture content, so we need to ferment it, we not burn them, and let the fermentation process produce some what we call a biogas, which is a methane. And the methane could feed into the gas engine and produce electricity as well. So different kind of process produce different kind of gas, but both of them could generate power, electricity, and feed into the grid.
Can you say in terms of the efficiencies and productivities between the fermentation process and this kind of burning in the with high heat?
Well, I think it's similar. Right now, from what I have been informed in Thailand, the practices of both biogas and biomass gasification has similar efficiency. However, the biogas methodology has less maintenance. The machine are less complex, less complicated. But the gasification has involving a big machine. Gasification boiler, sizable machine. So it needs a decent technician to operate and maintenance. But I guess both of technology are suitable to our country, but which location it depends. If you have dry biomass, the biomass gasification are much better. But if you have wet biomass, biogas fermentation is better.
Okay, so this is one source of alternative energy in Thailand. How about comparing to other source of alternative energy, like solar and
Wind and
wind?
others, yeah. Well, once again, I would like to illustrate my point that renewable energy in Thailand, the mainstream is the biomass, because we are agriculture waste economy. So we have a lot of agriculture waste, but also we have a lot of productive area in which we could turn or recycle those areas into the energy clubs. The energy club is planning not to cut into the food chain process. We do believe that food is our priority. Food production is our priority. But there are some areas that sometimes you produce certain food product too much. The prices coming down. So we need to find some stabilization mechanism in which we think that the energy club is one of the options to help stabilizing the farm commodities in our country. The mainstream renewable energy in Thailand is bio-based energy. Agriculture waste is our first priorities. The dedicated biomass to power or biomass to liquid fuel is our secondary option. But I guess both of them can be complementary.
Thank you very much, Dr. Thavarat, for joining Eye on the Biz today. I hope that we will talk to you again in the future. Thank you very much.
ขอบคุณครับ